Welcome here, folks. This is a sad situation for the United States of America. I have not done any streams or posted any videos in quite a while. However, I had kind of gone off. I had an accident. My hands are pretty much clear, but I had an accident with a propane torch, whatever. So I was out for a while, a couple months, and being the fact that not many people watch this, I didn't necessarily find it necessary to continue to post. However, considering the events that have unfolded in the past couple weeks, unprecedented events in the history of our country, I don't know what to think about this. It's wrong. Never in the history of our country has a sitting president, not a sitting president, but the leading opposition of a sitting president and a former president, ever been hit with over 50 charges. Never in the history of our country has a former president been facing 700 years in prison. I'm at a loss for words. And this is how we become a banana republic, folks. Every nation that has become a communist nation where people have no voice kind of starts out like this. For example, President Trump had his mugshot taken, which you all are aware of, at the Fulton County Jail. He had to pay $200,000 bond, which, I will say this, every news media outlet is wrong on the $200,000 bond. That is what was called for. But anybody that knows anything about the law would also know that he didn't really have to pay $200,000 bond. He just had to hire a bail bondsman. And it's $20,000, which in Donald Trump's, the amount of money he has is basically like 20 cents to him. But that has nothing to do with it. The fact that they had to humiliate him by having him take a mugshot, and all the Democrats, I swear, here's another thing I'm going to say, folks. There is today, I will be willing to bet, I was at the grocery store, I didn't see any KY jelly or Astroglide on the shelves. You know why? Because all the Democrats bought it all up and they're having a big circle jerk looking at Trump's mugshot. That's why. So for all of you old folks in your 70s that still like to get it on and actually need the Astroglide, you ain't going to be able to get it because all the Democrats are using it to jack off. It makes me sick, and it should make you sick too. This shouldn't happen in this country. We didn't get this far just for this to happen. In fact, we became America so this wouldn't happen. Nobody dared speak against King George. Nobody dared. We did. We declared our independence. And this might very well happen again. You also note that there, a lot of people, especially on the Democrat side, wanting Civil War monuments of Confederate generals and everything taken down. Why? Because if you don't see history, it will repeat itself. And what we're having to deal with right now is a very similar situation. They can't see the history. The young kids, everything else. They don't see the Confederate monuments in Georgia, Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky. You name the southern states, all of them. Some of them are still there, yes. Namely, maybe Alabama, Mississippi. But they're going down, folks. They're going down. And in due time, if you don't see the monuments of these people, just like the Democrats think George Washington was racist, the Democrats want to take down the Washington Monument, for fuck's sakes. If you don't see these things, you forget that they actually happened. And what we're facing now, and I can say it, the title of the program, between Trump's arrest, his mugshot, which, again, like I said, there's going to be a shortage of personal lubricant everywhere because all the Democrats are going to be circle jerking to it. And mask mandates coming back. Mask mandates coming back. Why, folks, do they want you to wear a mask? Well, that's step one. First, it conceals your identity. Everybody's the same. That's what they want, right? The globalists. They want everybody to be the same. Everybody looks the same. Look at the Asian countries. Everybody wears masks. They all have the same eyes, the same hair. When they're wearing a mask, you can't tell the difference between one person and the other. We are the sheeple. We are the sheep, but we're people. And the government is the herder of the sheep. And if we do not what they say, they take us behind the barn and take us out. Perfect example is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's got some pretty damn good ideas. But you know what? The Democrats, they won't allow Biden to debate him. He's soaring in the polls against Joe Biden. But they won't allow Biden to debate him. Why? Because he's not one of them. He doesn't want to control the rest of us. Sure, he's a climate change loon and everything else, but he does not want to control the population. The rest of the Democrats do. They want teenage boys in girls' bathrooms. And they say, and vice versa. Well, the truth of the matter is, no self-respecting teenage girl, unless she's a slut, is going to be going into a boy's bathroom. Period. It's just not going to happen. It only works one way. Ditto with the locker rooms. No self-respecting teenage girl is going to want to go into a boy's locker room, even if they identify as a boy, unless they want to get gangbanged. It's just not going to happen. This is what the Democrats want. And they're doing a pretty damn good job at getting it. And if they try and lock this country down again, which they're trying to do, they're trying to put the leading potential Republican presidential candidate in Donald Trump in prison before actually, first it was going to be, March or April of 2024 when the trial in Atlanta was supposed to take place. Now all of a sudden they're moving it back. So it'll be before even the first primary election. This is what they're trying to do. And lo and behold, they moved it up, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure that Trump has no chance. And then they're going to put masks on us. And then they're not going to let us go. They're going to send out ballots. Doesn't matter whether you're alive or dead. They're going to do all these things, and just so that they can win. But this time, it won't even be Joe Biden. It'll be Kamala Harris Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the furthest woke wings of the Democratic Party, folks. At which point, this country will cease to exist as the United States of America. They will take all of your hard-earned taxpayer money, redistribute it to illegal immigrants, which, by the way, are making illegal immigrants, folks, are getting $800 more a month on average than the average retired person on Social Security. They never worked a day in their life in this country. At least they never paid into Social Security, but they're getting government aid. Why? I wonder if they've gotten voters' licenses yet. It's a big scheme. And for those of you who don't realize it, you need an ox cart. What is an ox cart, you may ask, right? What is an ox cart? An ox cart is basically a cart pulled by an ox. An ox is very strong. You tie the ox cart up to someone's head so they can pull it out of their damn ass. And this is the problem we're having around here. Everybody on the left, all they care about is abortion, social justice, and this, that, and the other thing. They don't give a damn about they probably don't even look at their 401ks. Oh my God, Trump's racist. We got to get rid of the orange man bad. Where is that going to get you when China and Russia start divvying up your property? When the Chinese man says, oh, I'm sorry, I take your wife. What are you going to do? I going to bang your wife? I going to knock her up. What are you going to do? I got guns. You don't have guns because Democrats took them all away from you. Oh. That is what they're playing at, folks. And if you play the fuck into it, then you have the same problem as the rest of them. It's a very, very sad state of affairs. I never in my wildest nightmares thought it would get this bad. But it's here. So you better fucking get used to it. Meanwhile, I spent a lot of time researching a lot of this stuff. Trump's mugshot. As Clay Travis said, which, mind you, for those of you who haven't, do pick up this book. It is great. It is hilariously funny. And if you sign up to be a member of CMB 24/7, you get an autographed copy with an authentication thing. And it is great. I've only gotten into the first couple chapters. But it is by far one of the best things that I have read. It's entertaining. Not to diss Hannity, but Hannity's book was downright scary. Clay's book is strategic and downright funny for the most part, especially for guys that like to drink like me. In fact, I'm reading it. I'm like, wait, is he talking to me? But anyhow, so, but he's absolutely right. And a lot of the things that are talked about in this book is that they, and I will say the same thing. The Democrats have their playbook. They get people in masks. Everybody has the same identity. They want a global currency. They want everybody in the world to be the same, except for them. With the money, with the power. Then we become the peasants. This is how Cuba happened. This is how Venezuela happened. This is how all the communist countries in the world happened. And it's just wrong. Now, we can go on now to the Republican debate in which Vivek, forget how his name's pronounced. I'm just going to say Vivek Ramaswamy. Said that we really shouldn't, basically in a nutshell, we really shouldn't be giving all this to Ukraine. And he was attacked by Nikki Haley and everything else. I kind of agree with Vivek on this because, look, you're pissing off Russia even more by giving them money. We should be spending the money on our own defense. We got Chinese buying land in this country out the ass, and nobody's doing a damn thing to stop it. That's our biggest problem. We need to not be allowed. We should not be selling it to them, but we are. We sure as shit are. And I know in the state of Florida that won't happen. And our southern border's wide open. The drugs are pouring across. Everything else is just a cluster of. It's like a bad horror movie. They will do whatever they want once they get in there, and there's enough numbers of them. What we have to do is unite. Forget the social justice. Forget the BLM. Forget the abortion crap, which I'm a firm believer that abortion should be left up to the states. I've said it on this program many, many times, that I don't agree with Ron DeSantis' 6-week ban because the average woman does not know they're pregnant at 6 weeks. However, his previous 15-week ban, yeah, you know you're knocked up at 15 weeks, okay? You have time. You know you're knocked up at 8 weeks, usually. So I don't find anything extreme about that. The one thing that I gave Nikki Haley credit for is, during the debates, is, you can't, you have to ask the Democrats, are they for 30 weeks? Are they for 50 weeks? Whatever they want. Democrats, a lot of them want abortion. Oh, the crown is coming out of the vagina. Off with its head. The Democrats agree with that stuff, folks. Maybe I'm sounding a little more brutal, but they do. I certainly don't. I have a very good friend, I won't mention any names, he's also very pro-life because he was born 3 months premature. And this guy's bigger than me, and I'm not short. Huger than me. And one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Compassionate, very religious, everything else. So, for the Democrats to go out there and XYZ, say this, that, and the other thing, and impose their beliefs on people, it's just wrong. I don't agree with it, and nobody else should. Now, on to other things. If, and this is a rumor, hold on, let me put on my formerly whiskey-stained fingers. Doc Martin video on London Real. Dr. Martin on London Real. Lance, hold on. Yeah, David Martin on London Real has been speculating that there will be that Biden will put forth new lockdowns mid-September or October. To which I say, let him do it. First off, there's already impeachment inquiries. If the Republicans in the House have their testicular fortitude, there's already impeachment inquiries. If he does that, they'll go full through. And if he continues to do it, I foresee, not that I advocate it, and the late, great Rush Hudson Limbaugh III said this shortly before he died. I see this country trending towards secession. Not that we agree with it, but it will happen. If they lock us down again, in an election year, again, just like they did in 2020, I wonder why they only try to do this in election years, folks. Do you have an answer as to why they only try to do this in election years? I don't know. I know the answer, but I can't say it on YouTube because I'll get canceled. Jeez. Why do you think they only try to lock down the country during election years? Anybody? Oh. It's pretty obvious. They can mail out ballots to dead people. Yeah, I pulled a Joe Biden there. And no, it's only during election years. Now, I don't think it'll actually happen. Or I don't think Joe Biden himself would actually do it, because Joe Biden is running on the, hey man, I'm Grandpa Joe. I got rid of the pandemic. I fixed it. Everybody got vaccinated. Hey, what a great time. Well, if you start locking everything down, you didn't get rid of the pandemic, Joe. So I don't think he would actually do it, but his cronies would. Hey, everybody's stuck in their house. Nobody can go out to campaign rallies, this, that, and the other thing. And then we can keep Joe in the damn basement, give him an excuse not to debate the Republican nominee. And then the Republicans are evil, and whoop-de-doo, Kamala Harris becomes fucking president in 2024 after Joe gets elected and steps down because I'm too old to do this and I just pooped my diaper. Serious, folks? This is exactly the goal of the left. And if you think I'm wrong, call me out on it in, what is it, August? September, October, November. Call me out on it 15 months from now. Guarantee you I'm right. Maybe 16 months from now. It'll probably take that long to determine the election, to move ballots around from one to the other and change them. Especially in the states that still use Demonian software. Go ahead and ban me, YouTube. I don't give a rat's ass. I've been off for 2 months. I can go to Rumble, where free speech actually exists. You see, folks, this is what's happening. This is what we're dealing with. Never in the history of this country has this happened to a sitting president. Not a sitting, I should say. Well, it did happen to a sitting president when Trump was president. They tried to throw him in jail twice or kick him out of office twice. What Joe Biden has done with his son and the bribery and the pay-for-play overseas is way worse than anything Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Richard Nixon, or any of them all put together ever did. But they love him because it's not him. He's just the face. It's the radical left that is controlling this country. He has nothing to do with it. Joe Biden is not your president. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Kamala Harris, Cory Bush, not even Nancy Pelosi. Who's that other one? Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. Those are the people running this country, not Joe Biden. Chuck U. Schumer, Adam Schiff. I think it would be funny if we threw Chuck U. Schumer and Adam Schiff in a room full of drag queens and see how quickly they lock the doors. They can't get out. Let's see how much they like it, folks. I guarantee you they wouldn't. Guarantee you they wouldn't. Let's take their daughters or granddaughters, put them into a bathroom, and then put a guy with hairy legs that identifies as a female in the same girl's bathroom with them. Let's see how much they like it. Oh, but I'm sure they're in private schools. If they even have granddaughters or daughters, I don't know. I'm just making an analogy. They wouldn't like it if it happened to them. They wouldn't. Nor like any other sane human being wouldn't want an adult man in the bathroom with their 5, 10, 12, or 15-year-old daughter. Much less no self-respecting mother would like a slut in the bathroom with their 5, 10, 12, or 15-year-old son, but that's much fewer and further between. Sure, the kids would like it, though. They wouldn't be uncomfortable, but the girls would be uncomfortable. But it never works that way. It only goes one way. And that's why I'm here tonight It's like, if this shit does not get fixed, if it does not get fixed, this is, I mean, what they have done. Donald Trump, he did nothing wrong. They are destroying heterosexual conservative masculinity. And I hate to say it, but if this does not get fixed, if we do not win this election, you ready for it? Because I'm a little young. If we can't fix this country, I will be running for president of the United States in 2028. And make my words. That's a Rickyism for any of you who have ever watched Trailer Park Boys. One of the greatest shows ever. If we even have a country, make my words, I will win. And I don't know a damn thing about anything, but I will win. And I will put the right people behind me to do the job right. And I'll just sleep in the White House and get drunk all the time. That's what you want. You want a guy that just surrounds himself with good people. And then goes out there to talk. What do you think Joe Biden is? In fact, the only president that actually did his job was Donald Trump. And they're doing everything to make sure he doesn't get there. You know what? Before I close this out, I'm going to quote, for any of you that are history buffs, when Donald Trump's mugshot came out, it's kind of akin to when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor and missed the carriers. Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto said, "I fear all we have done is awaken a sleeping giant and fill him with terrible resolve." This is what the Democrats have done with the Trump indictments. No more, no less. Yeah, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. If I get some views on this and you guys share it, I'll be back. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna go to a different platform. I do have a Rumble. I just haven't felt. You know, we're being censored so much on all these platforms for just trying to speak our mind. So I've been doing a lot of stuff on Discord. Although I may start posting shorts, YouTube shorts, where I just give short rants. You know, kind of like, "Fuck Joe Biden, he can kiss my ass," and then, you know, do like a little chug, like, "Damn, that Wild Turkey 101 was good, but I need to chug it so I don't remember that Joe Biden screwed up my fucking country. I want to go to war with Ukraine, but wait, I'm past 27 years old, so I can't get drafted." Anyhow, I'll catch y'all later, and hope you enjoyed the show. For those of you who took the time to watch it, remember, fuck Joe Biden and fuck the Democrats.